Hello everyone, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
So in the last lecture we have covered XPath, right? Is it the case? Can anyone
Yes,
confirm?
yes.
Okay. So basically we will see some other variations in XPath. So like if I open any website, okay. So suppose this is the URL. Okay. Suppose if I take the snapshot in the XPath, we can also move. So in the XPath, what we have seen, suppose I am here. So if I write the XPath, how we can write our XPath? Control F, tag name, @class equals to value. So this is our XPath. Unique element we are getting 1 out of 1. So if I want to reach from this place to, okay, so it is not a parent. You can see if I'm live score, this one and this one, these three, if I whether I minimize it or maximize it, they are not disappearing, right? You can see here, which means this is not a parent of these three. So actually these are the children of this one. You can clearly see here when I minimize it, they will disappear. So suppose I have written the XPath of this one, right? So this one is a child, this one is a child, this one is a child, this one is a child of this particular line, right? Suppose I want to move from this particular place to this particular place. So how we can do that? As because all of them are children, right? None of them is the parent of other. All these first one, second one, third one, fourth one are the child of this one. Suppose I am here at this yellow line. I want to reach to this first day from this to this. So how we can do? So you can say slash following hyphen sibling. Sibling means children and provide to colon. After that you have to say A. So we are having 1, 2, 3. So which A you want to navigate? So you want to navigate to second one, suppose. So now you are at the second one. If you want to navigate to the third one, you can say third one. If first one, you can say first one. So this is basically we are moving from one sibling to another sibling in our XPath. So this is clear to everyone how we can move.
So,
No, sir. Can you please explain again?
Voice not clear. Can you repeat again?
I think Durga is telling something. Can you?
Yeah, I said, can you please repeat again this following sibling one?
Okay, let me start from beginning. If you remember in XPath, suppose I'm writing the XPath for this tag name @class this. So this is our XPath. So I want to move from this parent. This is the child because if I minimize it, you will see it will disappear, right? I want to move from this parent to this one, first A. So how you can do? You can do slash A, right? We are getting 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I want to go to third one, I can say 3. If I go to second one, I can say 2. So this is basically we can do in case of parent and child, because this is a parent and these are the child. So this is how we can do. But suppose if I am here, suppose if I write the XPath for this @class, so this is our XPath. So I should have taken the unique one. If I suppose if I am on the first children, okay, @class. So now you can say I am here. Now if I want to move to some other line from this, you can see this line, yellow line, is not a parent of these three, because if you see, if you want to know what is the parent of this one and this one, so go from bottom to top, and whenever you will find first downward arrow, you can conclude that it is a parent. Because if you see that if I minimize it, all these four, 1 2 3 4 will disappear. You can see they will disappear inside this, right? So I can say that all these four are the children. So you can see this line as well, that some line you can see here, which means that if I minimize it, all these will disappear. So suppose I am here, you can see I have written the XPath. I want to move from this place to this place. Both of these are children only, right? So you do not say that this is the parent of this one, because you can see if I minimize it or maximize it, still it is present in our web page. It is visible to us, this line. So what I am saying, I want to move from this children to this children, which means this sibling, it is a sibling, means children to this particular sibling. How we can do that in XPath? I will write, I want to move to the other sibling following hyphen sibling 2 colon, and I will say A. So you can see 1 2 3, total 3 A's it is displaying. Which A you want to move? So you can say like 2, so it will navigate you to 2. If you want to go to 2, you can say 2. If you want to go to 3, you can say 3. So this is how I mean to say that we can move to any particular element with the help of sibling concept. Sorry, if you want to move from child to child in XPath, you can use sibling concept. So this is how you can do. Is it clear to everyone now? Okay. So basically, in XPath, we are moving in the forward direction only. You can clearly see. Till now, we are moving in the forward direction, like either from parent to children, or from children to children. But all these are in the forward direction. Like suppose uh, I am here. Like suppose I am here. If I say A2, or let me write from. Suppose I have written the XPath for this. Let me take this title. So which how only one element is matching. Right now I am on this particular place. Like suppose I want to move from this particular children to some other children on the top. We are having 3 children, so basically we are traversing in the backward direction. So you can say if I want to move to any other child from bottom to top, I can say preceding sibling, and I say A. You can see it is started to highlight all the 3 children which are having on the top of this line. And here again you can provide the index, so I will say 2, so it will navigate me to 1 2, right? 1 2, and if I say 3, it will navigate me to the top. So if I say 3, you can see, right? So this is how you can also traverse in the, basically in XPath you can traverse in the forward direction as well as backward direction. But if I talk about CSS selector, there you can only traverse in the forward direction, right? So this is basically
So, Sumit, what if we give Naz here?
What if we
The parent. What if we give the nav, for the parent, nav slash CV, this
this one
parent one.
this one
If
this
it,
one
yeah, 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 yeah.
So basically, if you have, you can see, if you will, I think it will give you the zero element, because here you will not find any nav element on the top. Let us check. If I give nav, here you are telling na.
No, in the XPath which you have designed, A3, this one, preceding sibling A3. So
Okay.
here instead of A3, if we give nav, so what will happen?
A of 3 nav, you can see. Nothing will happen. You can see, because it is only identifying the sibling. It is not a sibling. It is a parent. These three are the siblings. So
Okay.
it is a parent. That's why it is not giving anything. Only for the sibling it will give. Right.
Yeah.
So this is how we can traverse in XPath in the forward direction as well as backward direction. So there is one more thing we can do with XPath. Suppose
So, Sumit, as you're here, if you want to go to the parent from here to the nav class, so what you do? You select ancestor. How do you go?
we can discuss that as well. Just have some patience. I will going to come to that point as well. Right.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So uh, I'm saying that suppose if I have written one, suppose this is our class. If I try to write, okay, suppose if I copy this, if I write one XPath, so here we are getting three. Here we are getting how many? Three matching nodes, right? So one way is, if you want to get the unique element, you can put them in function bracket. This is one way. I can say one, I can say two, it will give me two. Second one, if I say three, it will give me third one. So this is one way. But suppose you do not want to do this way. So you can, what you can do, you can put one more attribute. Like here we are talking about this one, right? I think this is the one we are. You can see I want to go to this particular place only, not to the other, because we are having three matching element. So I can take one more attribute here, like if I say at the rate title. So you can keep on concatenating till the time live cricket score. So now you can see I have put one more attribute. So this is giving me the unique one. So this is how you can also keep on concatenating till the time you will get some matching element, right? Is it clear to everyone? So you can do one more if you want, like suppose I'm getting three element still, so I can take this target as well. How we can do? At the rate target equals to hyphen self, right? So this is how you can keep on concatenating till the time you will find the unique element. Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
So I think CSS we have not covered. Can anyone tell?
Yes, CSS you're not covered.
So guys, if you are good with XPath, CSS will be very easy, because syntax is not much different. Like we have discussed, let us brief. XPath we have discussed types, two type, absolute and relative. And which one is preferred? Relative is preferred, because we are not depending on parent node, but here we are depending on the parent node. So after that, like suppose you have got XPath. So what is CSS? There is one more selector. So what is the difference in XPath? We can traversing forward and backward. In next path, we can traverse in forward as well backward.
Sumit, like, can you show us an example of traversing from child to parent? If that is,
In next path,
yes,
have you missed that? Okay.
I
Parent to
think,
child is
yeah,
clear.
yes, yes,
Sorry, child to.
parent, yeah.
See, as I remember, if you put slash dot dot, it will move to the child. Let me try. As I remember, like suppose I want to, like this is our child, right? If I say div at the rate id equals to leaderboard, right? Suppose I want to go to the parent of this, which is, what is the parent? This. I can do like this, I think. If you see, if you provide slash dot dot, if you provide slash dot dot after any, like if I say this, or let me take some other example. Like you can see, if I write a class equals to this, I want to come to that parent of this, from children to parent I want to navigate. Suppose in this way I want to get, how we can do with the help of slash dot dot, right? So what I want to move to the parent is this one, so I can say slash dot dot, right? It will move you to the parent of this particular line. This is how we can do. Is it clear to everyone?
So in the same class, say, let's say if you're in the fourth sibling, can you come down a little bit?
Which one?
Yeah,
This one?
here class, you're in the last. Yeah, here you're here,
We are
right?
here.
Like the
We are
last,
here.
the
This one?
A class. Yeah. We are here, and if you want to go to NAV, how to do that?
Yeah, that will be same again, because you can see all these are the parent. This one, sorry, all these are the children. First children, second children, third children, fourth children. If you write, suppose if I write the x path of this, right, and if you provide slash dot dot, it will again move. Step will be same. A class equals to, if I change it, let me remove this first. So we are getting 3 matching nodes. So if I say I want to go to first third one, so that I can find the unique one, right? Now we are here, I want to move to the parent of this, so I can say slash dot dot. You can say again we are moving to the parent. Is it clear?
Can you click on
Yeah, yeah.
AHREF? Can you click
This
on that?
one? This
AHREF.
one?
Yeah, click on that one. Yes. Okay.
See,
No, I just want to go from not from the parent. I mean, if you want to go further, how to use it? Parent, it's clear, but if there are some child and a
so if
child
you
has a
child has a,
so there is a nav class, and then let's say AHREF has a child as well. So you select that child, and when you
this
go
one,
slash dot,
this one should I select?
yeah.
So if suppose I am writing the x path of this, and if you provide slash dot dot, it will move you to this one. Let us check. If I write image item prop equals to image img at the rate item prop equals to, so this you can do only in XPath from, so total 8 we are getting. Let me check again so that we can find the unique one. Okay, so height equals to 30. So if I say at the rate height 30, so unique element. Now if I say slash dot dot, slash dot dot will basically move you to the parent of this child. Parent of this child is this, not this. right? So slash dot dot. So now we are here.
And if I want to go to nav class, do the same thing, is it? Slash dot dot.
No, I think it will not going to move you like that. Otherwise, you have to do. You can, like, as of now we are here, right? If
Yeah.
I try one more time, I think it will move. Yeah, it will move,
Okay.
right? So if you want to, if you provide one more, what is the parent of nav? I think the parent of nav is I am identifying the parent of nav. Go from bottom to top, and let us check whether if I minimize it, this will disappear or not. If I minimize it, you can say it is not disappearing, which means parent of nav is going to be this one, right? Not this one. So if I say one more, it should move you to this particular line. So if I say slash dot dot, right? So this is how it will move, right? So this you can do only in XPath, right? Not in, you cannot do from bottom to top in CSS, right? XPath gives you flexibility. So we will see that how we can move from parent to child in CSS, but traversing from child to child in the backward direction is not allowed in CSS. So let me copy this syntax, place it in the notepad so that I can share. So this is okay. So if I talk about CSS, so what is the syntax? Syntax is, if you remember, uh, the syntax of XPath which we have discussed. Syntax of XPath is tag name at the rate attribute equals to value. This is our XPath syntax. If I remove two things from this syntax, which is at the rate and which is tag name, then it will become a CSS selector. So many people says that CSS selector is little bit faster than XPath, but in my opinion, nothing is much faster, because nowadays computers are so powerful. Even if it is a, even if the CSS selector is faster, you are not going to notice that. It will be only the time of millisecond, right? So whichever you want to use, it's your choice. But the issue is that we cannot traverse back from child to parent in the backward direction in CSS, but we can do in XPath. So this is the basic syntax. Like, if I want to, suppose let us take this website, I will copy this, I will open this.
Hello.
Yeah,
Sumit, I have a doubt.
yeah.
Actually, what is the use of traversing from child to parent and parent to child? Join led to class, so I don't know that.
When you join,
I joined late, 7 minutes late.
so I think parent and child, you can watch the recording if you face any issue, because many people have joined on time, so how it will not be possible, or we will see after the class, right? For you only,
Okay, okay, fine.
just to remind me before I
Okay,
will stop the recording.
okay, okay, sure.
So guys, please join on time, because it is not possible every time. Okay, any issue, no issue. So we were discussing the CSS. Like, I want to click on this matches. How you can write the CSS? Uh, like, suppose I will start writing the CSS just like we did it in XPath. Move from this to this. So let me. Uh, I will nav tag name. Sorry, we are writing CSS. So tag name without double slash, class equals to this. What I have done mistake. Nav class equals to, sorry, it is div. div. So now one out of one element is matching, right? But here it is highlighting the entire one. Suppose I want to move to this one. So if you see, if I am here, I want to move to first this and then to this first matches. How we can do? So in XPath, if you remember, we used to have double single slash after that to move to the child. But here we will use greater than sign, and I will say nav. Now we are here. You can see earlier we were here. Now we are here. And after that, I want to move to this first A, which is again a child. So I will say one more A. But here total 6 A's are matching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 A's are matching, right? So which I suppose, because there are multiple children of this nav. So suppose I want to move to fifth day or second day. I want to move to second day. How you can say? You have to write nth. I am talking about CSS. So nth of type, nth of type 2. So it will move you to the second one. If I say 1, it will move you to the first one. If I say 3, it will move you to the third one, right? So like that you can give any value, it will move you to that particular place. So this, is it clear to everyone how we are forming this CSS?
Yeah.
So I will copy this and let me use find element so that I can click find element by dot. This time we are using
So
CSS.
Sumit, the syntax of CSS selector is a bit complex than XPath.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can say that if you feel little bit, you can say because of this one.
I
This
mean, for nth of type 3, in
yeah
XPath we can just write 3 in under
yeah.
that
You
brackets.
can
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
But I will show you. I will show you some shortcut of CSS. Then you will feel that CSS is good. In the coming right after some time, I will show
Okay.
you the
Okay.
few shortcut of CSS. Then you will feel that CSS is better than XPath. But as of now, let us go with this one. So I am using by.css selector, provided the CSS selector, and I will click on that. Click on it. So I will say dot click. Let us see which element it will click. First, let me check what it is going to click. Let me open it again. Okay, so I have done any mistake. Let me check. Okay, I think it. Okay, so it should click on this one. South Africa versus Pakistan, right? So if I run this, program, if I run this program, it will. So you can say it has clicked. So this is how we can use this CSS to click on any element. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you remember, you can use another of type anywhere you want. So if you remember that, suppose I am getting only one, or let me take to this one. Nav class equals to, this is our CSS. Nav class equals to this, right? Here we are getting one by one, which means it is good for us. But sometimes you will not get uh, or let me take this one. Okay, here I can, if I say, we have done the same with CSS as well. Image item equals to if I take this a class equals to a. Now only we are getting one element, that is fine. But sometimes I will not get a unique element. Like suppose I am getting 1 out of 2 here. So just like XPath, we can keep on concatenating. How we can do? Like I will say put one more bracket, and suppose I will take this one, target equals to self. So no at the rate target equals to self. So this is how you can keep on concatenating till the time you will find the unique element. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, yes, yes.
So just do not put at the rate, otherwise it will not give any element. So this is we have done. Or okay, just suppose like if I writing, this is our XPath, sorry, this is our CSS. If I made any changes, like if I say some different character and run it, we will get one error. What is the error? You can see the if you are providing the wrong CSS, you can see. So basically I'm showing this because uh, in an interview they can ask you that what kind of errors you have faced when you are working with Selenium. So you can say one error is, you can write it down, no such element exception, right? Because we are, if we provide the wrong CSS or XPath, so basically in the XPath as well you will get the same error, right? So you can write it down that if we provide the wrong CSS, then it will give the error as no such element exception, sorry, unable to locate the element. Okay, so anyways, uh, like we have done with CSS, or let me check, let me open that website again. So this website have one text box. Create account. Okay, so if you remember this text box, some values are changing. If I mouse over this value, if you see 77 BB, if I refresh this page, it will again change. Right, you can see it is, the value is changing, 9894. If I refresh it again, it will change. So in the XPath, we have already seen starts with, contains, right? So if I am writing the CSS and if I encounter any such attribute that's value is changing, so in the XPath they have provided some function. You can see this one. So this we have done, basic one, basic syntax of XPath concatenation we have done. So what are these three? So if I am using this syntax, see basically it is saying tag name is input, attribute is ID, and find that ID that's name is starting with this one. That's name is starting with this one. So if I copy the same and I will try to write the CSS for the name button. So how we can do? Control F, Control V. So what is the name? BTNCHK. I am saying go and identify the name. So tag name is input. What is the attribute? Name. So instead of ID I will say name. and name that starts with, so this shift n, I think it is shift 6 from your keyboard, so you will see this sign. After that you can say any name here, not any name which starts with this. So if I say btn, now you can see it is started to highlight. So I will provide half of the name, or you can say till that time it will not change. So here this part is going to be constant every time, so I am doing like this. And when you use driver.findElement dot click method, it will work, right? So that will be the same every time. So this is how we can use starts with. Is it clear to everyone? CSS starts with.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Suppose I want to find any name that is ending with some value. Like if you see here, this is ending with C7E, or you can say FC7E, or you can say 3 full name from this two. I want to find a name that is ending with this or ending with this. So how you can say copy this, copy the text which you feel, and here provide dollar. Dollar stands for ends with. So provide dollar and say this. So now it will highlight, but here you can see you are getting more than one element, because I think many elements are there which is ending with this one. So or you can do one thing, remove this part. So now you are getting the more element, right? So you have to take the decision accordingly. Like you can say, uh, you can concatenate it one more. If I say, after that, if I say value equals to get the unique element, I can say check availability. So if I copy this values, so I think one space. Okay, so do not provide space here, right? So this is how you can concatenate and get a unique element. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now one more case. If I want to find any element here, if I want to find here one element that is having one name, like this contains VAIL, this contains VAIL. I want to identify any element, any name on this page that contains this name, right? Or that contains this highlighted name. So how we can do, copy the name instead of dollar. So if I provide dollar here, that will not work. But if I provide star, star means contains star. So now it will highlight based on the particular name we are having. So this is also one of the way. So in which case you are going to use this star? You are using the, in case of star you can use like this. If I show you when you can use a star, so why it is okay. So you can use a star. Suppose there is one case. There is one case, which means every time I will refresh the page, some value are changing, but this part is constant, right? Which means every time this part is constant, VAIN, but the rest of the things are changing. So you can use this one. Uh, Contains star means in the CSS. So you can see we have done some CSS as well. So let us see how we can traverse from sibling to sibling in sibling parent, sorry, children to children in CSS. Index path we have discussed how we can traverse. This is how we are going to traverse in XPath. Either you can provide tag name, after tag name you have to provide index, or if you do not provide, it might be that happen that it will identify one or more items. So if I like this, if I can say, so let us talk about how we can do the same in CSS. So make sure in CSS you cannot go from this input tag to this input tag. you can only move in the forward direction, not backward direction. So suppose I'm here and I want to traverse to this input. All these two input tags are the children of this one, right? So basically, if you are confusing that I am not able to identify that which is the parent of this one, so you can use XPath. How we can do? Input. If suppose you are confusing and right, I want to know what is the parent, so provide slash dot dot. Now this is the parent, right? And if you want to know the parent of this one, provide one more. Now this is the parent of this one, right? So you can do in this way as well. So we are having three ways, like either go from bottom to top or try to minimize it, or you can use CS XPath. So suppose I'm here, so let me take this. So as of now I am here and I want to, if I say one more, so as of now I am here. If I want to move to this one, this is a child, this is a child, right? And if I say it will not work.
I think this is XPath, not double slash.
Yeah, okay.
It's,
That's why it is not working, I think. If I say plus input, I think I'm doing some mistake in, if I try it here, suppose I am here, right? Suppose I am def id equals to, so here we are, and after that if I want to move to child, I am talking about child, so I will say one more a, right? Nth of type, what is the type? 3, right? So right now we are on the children. This is the children, this is the children, this is the children, right? This is also children. From this children I want to move to this one. Let us see where here we are working on, it is working or not. So in CSS we can traverse in the forward direction only. So if I say plus a, if I say plus a, so here it is working. And if I say one more, if I say sorry, if I say one more, if I say one more, it will move you. Why it is not working here? Input tag. If I do in this way, td where line equals to bottom, td, so now we are here, right? And suppose if I say input, which means the children, so basically we are going to get the 2 element, that is correct. And suppose if I am on the first element, if I am on the nth of type, right? We are on the first one, and from this first one I need to move to the second one. So if I say plus input, let us see whether it will work. Input, I think there are only input.
You have given a space there. Is it because of the space, do you think? No.
I think here only we are having two matching, only two one is this is the reason it is not, but the syntax is correct, I think. This is the input tag, this is also input tag. Okay, so I think there is one more tag which is br, that is used for changing the line. So I think this is the reason it is not giving you, because if you see from here from here, if I want to move to 3 tags are there: input tag, br tag, input tag. So if I say br, so now this is the reason it is not giving you from children to children, right? So suppose I am on this children. Now if I am on this children, and from this children I want to move to this one, I can say plus input. If I try, now we are here, right? Basically, what is the mistake? If I say input, right, and I will say make it unique with the help of nth of type 1. Now we are on the first children. So basically in the XPath we used to provide the indexes, but here indexes will not work. Basically you have to provide one by one. So if I want to go to this one, provide plus br. Now we are here. If you need to move to this other children, provide one more input. So this is how you can move in the CSS. Keep on providing plus and provide that. Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Like similarly here as well. Like if I write single A, we are on this, where we are on the fashion. If I say plus A one more time, now you can see we are moving here. If I say plus one more time, we are on the prime. Likewise you can do. So this is how we can traverse from sibling to sibling, and the parent to parent we have already seen. Sorry, parent to children we have already seen by providing this greater than sign. So it will move you from parent to children, right? So okay, so let us discuss some shortcut. So this part is clear how we can move in CSS.
Yeah, yeah.
So there are some shortcuts of CSS. If you use, then it will make the CSS very easy. So let us start with this. Suppose if you will find any ID, if you find ID like this in the CSS, you can just say hash ID. That will be your CSS. Like here you can see ID is this. If I say hash ID, control F, hash ID, sorry, hash ID name, right? That will be your CSS. So again, you can use driver.findElement by CSS selector. Provide this CSS selector and you can enter any text, right? You can try that, it will work. So if I want to validate my CSS here as well, how I can do? First say Control L. Then as we are working with CSS, you have to say double dollar in double quotes, provide your CSS. So it is not giving us anything. Why it is not giving? Because I have not provided hash before that, hash ID. Now it is our CSS, and it is, if I open this, length is 1, which means only one element. And if I place my mouse here, right, so this will be our, this is highlighting our text box, which means everything is correct. So this is also, you can validate your CSS. Like here, this is one way. And suppose if I say this, control C, so you can see as of now it is not a CSS. See, if you know the class name, of any element, if you provide dot operator like this, now this will be your CSS. So this is how you can do. What I'm saying, that if you know the class name of any element, I know the class name, I will copy the class name, and provide dot operator before it. That will be also a CSS selector. So if you use find element, it will able to perform the operation. So I think here also I have written some CSS. I think it is. You can see. So forgot about this one as of now. What is the CSS shortcut? If you know class name, you can use dot class name as CSS selector. So this is one shortcut. If you know the ID, you can use this one. If you know the ID, you can use hash ID as the CSS shortcut. And if you know, you can also do in this way, tag name dot class name. If you know the class name, like here I know the class name. So what is the tag name? Div. So I can also say tag name is div dot class name. So this is also one of our CSS shortcut, right? Tag name dot class name is also one of the shortcut you can use. Is it clear to everyone?
So Sumit, for every locator you have some different symbols, right? For class you are using dot operator.
Yeah.
For ID you are using hash.
Yeah.
Then for remaining like
No.
name,
For each and every, there is not any shortcut. Only for the class name and ID.
then for if you want to go for any name or like that,
No. For name, there is not a shortcut like that.
so we have to use only class name or ID.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tag name. If you find class name or you can find ID, then you can use. So what is this one? Let us discuss one example on this third one. It is important. If there is one class name, I think you can find it here. This. Okay. So here, if you see, I want to click on continue button. So what is the class name? Is there any class name? Or if I say text box. So here as well, you can see ID is present. So you can say hash ID. Hash ID. So right, if I just suppose if I'm even writing this, it is highlighting. Basically, it is highlighting the text. So you cannot say that it is a CSS, because if you check it here, double dollar for CSS, and if I say this, you can see it is not returning you anything, which means it is not a CSS, right? If you provide hash, then it will identify the element. You can see now it will identify the element. So do not think that if you take any name as well here, right, it will surely highlight because this text is present, but that will not be a CSS again, right? So anyways, you can check that from console. If I want to click this, suppose there is one class is present, I remember. Okay, so this is the class. For this text box, there is one class. So as I have told that you can use class name to write one CSS shortcut. So this is the class name. If I let me write it here only, Control F. Now it is highlighting the, and if I provide dot operator between it, this is a class name. So you can use dot class name as a shortcut. So if I say dot, now it is giving you 0 element. Earlier we are getting one element, right? Basically, if you see, if the class name will have spaces, one space is there, second space, okay, so two spaces and third space. So if the class name will have space, you cannot use dot operator like that. So what you have to do, if you find the class name with space, replace all the space with dot operator, which means one space is there, so I will remove the space and put dot operator like this, and from this I will remove the space and put dot operator. From here as well I will remove the space and put dot operator. Now it will be a CSS selector. So if you want to validate, so do not depend on this for the validation every time. If I want to validate whether it is a correct CSS, so paste that CSS, hit enter, and you can see it is highlighting our text box, right? So this is how you can uh, use this shortcut as well for CSS. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have seen all the major shortcuts of CSS XPath, and we have covered all the scenario like parent to child. In CSS, you cannot move from child to parent. That is not allowed in the CSS, but in the XPath you can use. Uh, so I think we are left with one more element, one more, which is tag name. I think we have not covered yet. Is it the case?
Yes, yes, yeah.
We
We have
will
not
cover. We
covered.
will cover shortly. Like suppose, let me discuss one. So get text we have covered.
Yes, yes.
Get text we have
Yeah,
covered. Huh? Sorry, someone is saying.
yeah, I said yes. Get text is covered.
So I think get attribute method is also covered.
Yep.
So let us see one more element. Sorry, one more method. Uh, if I want to, let me open. So this is one website from where you can book the flight tickets. So here, if you see how many check boxes. So again, if you find any radio button in the sense this one, with the help of click method only, you are able to do that. Click method will help us to select the radio. So this is a radio button and this is the checkbox. So basically the difference is that in the radio button you can only choose one at a time, but in the checkbox I think you can select multiple. Here they have given, so you can select multiple checkbox. Okay, so suppose I want to first count how many checkboxes are present here. I am able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 checkboxes are present here. So first let me write one XPath. I want to calculate how many checkboxes are present on this particular website. So if I just click this and place my mouse here, now this is the input ID for the first text box. Okay, so it is refreshing. This is the input ID like this. And if you see that you have to understand that they are going to provide, they have written the code in such a way that each of every text box, what I am saying, that if you see the code of first text box, type equals to checkbox, right? If I move to second checkbox, type equals to checkbox. If I move to third or any other, type equals to checkbox, right? So basically if I consider this one, what is the type? I think they have given radio. So for the radio button they have given a radio, but for the checkbox present on this web page, if I just say this one, type equals to checkbox, which means if I write input type equals to checkbox, if I write XPath or CSS, let us go with XPath. If I write input type equals to checkbox, that will going to highlight all the checkboxes, because each and every checkbox have the same type. You can say this one has the same type. So first I have identified the same attribute which is present common to all the checkbox. So ID might be different. I think you can see ID will be different. This time ID is different, right? ID will be going to different, but type will remain the same. So if I write one XPath input at the rate type, I am talking about XPath checkbox. So now total 8, 1, 2, sorry, let me start from again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there any other? Let me start. Okay, let me start again. 1, Where is this voucher discount? If I write 1, if I make it unique, so where is this voucher discount? I'm not able to see. So it might be the case that if I divide equals to this voucher check, anyone is able to see where the text box is present, or might be the case it is hidden. So where we can get the voucher? Anyone is able to see? Control F.
No.
No, I think you're right. They kept it and they kind of hide it, I guess.
It is written that please select this checkbox if you wish to proceed. So let me search this text. Please select this checkbox if you wish to utilize on. I will copy the text, and this text should be present on this web page. Control F, Control V. So where it is present?
I think at time of booking, at time of payment, we'll get that checkbox. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay.
So that will be present somewhere. I am very sure on this page. I will check it later. Anyways, you can also try. I will let you know that where it is present. So I am just writing one XPath. Input type equals to checkbox. Let me try writing CSS. Input type equals to, so that will be where it is. Total 8. On time guarantee voucher. Somewhere it is present. I am not. I think it is gift card. Let me search. On time guarantee voucher. Where we can find this. Okay, instead of wasting the time, I will check it later where it is present. So here, if I have written XPath, it is highlighting all the checkbox. So if I copy the same XPath, because I want to get the count, so here I will not make it unique. I will write in such a way that it will able to identify all the text box on the page. I will copy the XPath, sorry CSS, or you can write XPath, and here driver dot find element by dot CSS selector. This is our CSS. Now here, if you see, earlier we were using find element method because I want to find single element. But now here I want to find all the checkboxes. So I will going to use the other method, which is the second one, find elements. It will basically give you all the element on the web page based on this particular CSS. So total count is, we know, 8. So what is the return type? Return type is list of web element. Return type is, So from here I concluded that return type is list of web element. I will copy the same and I will say element. So this is a list is basically from the array Java, from the collections in Java. So java.util, utility is the package where this class is present, and web element, I will import web element, right? And here if I just run that in debug mode, first I will run in debug mode. Let us see what this variable will have.
Sumit, you didn't change website.
Sorry?
You didn't change website. Link URL.
Yeah, thanks for reminding. Anyways, I will run it again. If I This is the website. Now if I run it, basically we are seeing what this element will contain. So we should get total 8 element, as we already seen in the by doing control F, we identify total 8 elements will match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where is the voucher discount? I'm not able to see. Okay, we will check it later. Okay, so now we are here, right? Now we are on this line as I have put one breakpoint. So if you see this, as it is a list data structure, like list from the collection. So how many elements we are going to get? Total 8. That will start from 0 as it is a list. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at index number 0, right? So do not worry about all these. What I want to see, at index number 0, our first text box will be present. At index number 0, this will be present. Index number 1, that voucher 1 which we are not able to see. At index number 0, that will be present. At 1, this will be present. At 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is how it has captured all the text box, right? Now, instead of printing hello, I want to check how many elements we are going to get. So I want to print the total number of total checkboxes on the page are equals to. So I will use this. This is the variable that will have one
Element
method.
size.
Yeah, that will have one method which is element dot size. So that will going to give the total count. So 0 from index number 0 to index number 7, total checkboxes are 8. So this is how you can print the total number of checkboxes. Similarly, you can do for the radio box. Just suppose if you want to click any checkbox, which means, as I've told, that if you want to click on a particular checkbox, you can use dot click method. So if you can try that, that will be a assignment for you. So also I think I am not given the assignment. I will post in the group today because we have covered most of the topics. So if I want to click on this checkbox, I can use dot click method by writing the unique XPath. But if I want to check all the checkboxes, I want to check this one. So I think it is not allowing me to check each and every. Earlier I remember that we are able to check each and every, but now
Try to refresh and do it.
hmm, this one, this one. Okay, earlier I think, as I remember. Okay, we will do that activity at some other point of time. We are only one, so are we going to get the total size should be 8, total 8, right? Similarly, if I talk about this one, which is radio button, how many radio buttons are present on the web page? So let me open it in the original browser. If I right click, you can see type equals to radio. For each and every checkbox on the web page, they are going to define this type equals to radio, and type equals to, what is the third one? Type equals to radio. So if I write one XPath or CSS, input type equals to radio. Let us see how many elements. So total 5. Again, I think we are not going to see some other 3. I think these are hidden. Where is the 5? Input type equals to name equals to MySpace strip search. Where it is search? Somewhere here. Okay, anyways, I will check it where how they have hidden it. Here they is saying one way. Where is one way? One way is this. So this is one way. This is a round trip. This is a round trip, I think. First one, sorry, it is one way. It is round trip. You can see the text. I am saying text. Third one is multicity. Where is multicity? I think they have not given the name this time. Oh, third one is multicity. That is fine. We are getting 3. Where is the fourth one? Round trip. We are again coming 4, 5. I think it is not a good choice to consider this one. Let me write unique one for some. If I say,
I think inside multi-city there is also round trip and one way. It will select multi-city.
yeah, I think that is the case. Multi-city booking does not mean connecting flight. Okay, if I say okay. If I choose this one, again if I 1, 2, 3, where is the fourth one? Fourth one is somewhere here. Let me do one thing, refresh the page. Control F, Control V. Input @type equals to radio. Ready? Oh, again 5. First one is this one. So if you see all these 3, we are able to see only 3. If I try to go inside this, divide equals to I don't think that, because I think that only 3 are present. Def @id equals to, now we are here, and after that I want to, I will go inside of this because all the 3 text boxes are present inside this. You can see here. So I will say table slash table. Now we are here. Inside this, you can see all the 3 are highlighted. Inside this also only we are going to check. So you can see this one, right? So I have to reach here. So what I will say, tbody trtd slash tbody slash tr slash td. Now we are here. Now here, if you see one more, why we are getting three matching? Because one is this one, second is this one, third is this one, right? So total now we are getting 3. And if I say input one more time, sorry, input. Now how many we are getting? 1, 2, 3. Total 3, right? So I think they have repeated this code at some other place. But now, because I am able to see only 3, so that's why I have written the XPath. So 3 text boxes are matching, right? So if I want to validate, how many total radio buttons are on the page, how we can do? So this is driver.find element by.xpath. This time we are using xpath, right? After that xpath, if I provide it here, xpath, save the code, and I will run it. Let us see how many total radio button are there. So it is a very simple thing, because here we are finding the 3 with this xpath. So again you will get the same. See why I have written in this way, that you might say that earlier we were getting 5, because if I am writing this way, like input @type radio, right? If I will write like this, so you can see first it is highlighting this one, first it is highlighting the first one, right? So which means total count is 1. If I hit enter, it is second, it is third. Now after that, if I hit enter again, it is not going to provide us any text box. So this is the reason I think this is not any separate text box. P class equals to checkbox. So they are saying display as none. So it might be the case that they have done it. Let me check. One way. So by seeing this label, I am just identifying that this is the same checkbox, right? By seeing this label, if you see the label of this one, if I come from again 1, 2, 3, these are 3, and if I say fourth, if you see the label of this one, it is a rounded trip, which means I am expecting that, I am just assuming that this is going to be the same checkbox. So they have written the other code for that. So this is the reason I have written the XPath in such a way that it will only identify the 3, and this is how you can see the output we also get as 3. So this is how you can use this find elements method. Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah, yes.
So just suppose I want to print this name, one way round trip multicity. So how we can print the name? So one way is that you can write the XPath for each and every radio button and use get text method, but this is not a good way, because you have to repeat the same code. So if you want to print the text, so let me first capture the size here. Int size equals to element dot size. So this will return me the total. Let me say count. As I want to print the name of the radio buttons, which is radio button here. So if I write like, let first me copy this same XPath which we have written. I want to get the name this time, not the count. So if I say Control F, Control V, this is the one. Now if you see, where is the text present? See here clearly the text is present. The text is present here, not here on this yellow line. If I hit enter one more time, for the second radio button, the text is present here, not on this yellow line. And for the third one, the text is present here, not here, which means I need to first reach here, then only it will give me the count. So you can do two way. We have already seen that how we can move from parent to child, children to children. Both of these are the children to this TD tag. So if I do like this, if you see / following hyphen sibling, so that will be very lengthy. I will not use this one. I will say label. Now you can see we are on the yellow line, which is second one, because I am traversing from children to children by using following sibling concept, which we have discussed earlier. So now this is highlighting this one, second one. It is actually highlighting this line, so we can use get text here to get the text in third one, right? So total 3, and if I copy this, or you can use some other XPath, that is your call. So if I provide the same XPath here, and I want to get the text, so here I have take the count, which is 3 again, and I will, after that I will use one for loop, int I equals to 0, that will start from 0, because every element in the debug board we see that it is starting from 0, so that is the reason I am saying it start from 0 and increment the value of 5. And here I will say string one variable text equals to, I will say element dot get of I dot get text. So get text we are using, and here if I try to print, I will debug it, do not worry, I will say debug, and if I debug that program, how it is behaving, we can see that we are going to stop at this line. So we have written the XPath in such a way that it will going to give us 3 elements, which is one way, round trip, and the multiplicity, right? So this, with the help of find elements, we are capturing all the 3 web element. Web element means our radio button here. So you can see 3, it has captured all the 3 radio button, and here somewhere, right, if I try to see what is the value. So somewhere here you can try that, right? Here you will find somewhere the value which means round trip, one way, and the multiplicity. Anyways, so what I am saying, after I have got the count is 3, because 3 web elements are present here. You can see here 0, 1, 2, total 3, right? So I will say, with the help of for loop, first I will say I want to get this web element that is present at the index number 0. I want to get this web element. So I will say get me the web element present at index number 0. You can say index is 0 here, right? So I am saying from this element get me this first element, and for that element give me the text. So it will extract the text and place it here. So if you see, if I extract it, run it, so what is the text? It should be one way. You can say one way is the text. You can also see here it is one way on the first, round trip, and then multiplicity. If I print it, it will print simply one way. After that I equals to 1, I am saying from this all the value get me the element present at index number 1. So what is 1? 1 is this one, get 1, and for that give me the text. So it will give me the second one, which is round trip, right? And it will print. and after that I equals to 2, I equals to 2 here, third time it will run. And what is the value? This is the last time my for loop is running, because after that 3 less than 3 condition will become false. So I am saying from this variable, which is of type list of web element, give me the element present at index number 2. So it will give this web element index number 2, and after that I am saying give me the text present for that web element. So what is the text? Text it will return is, I think, multicity, right? And after that I will print this, and after that I equals to 3. So 3 is not less than 3, condition false, we will come out of the loop. So this is how we can print all the text present on some particular condition. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
So you can do it for this one. Try to print all the text. Total how many? 7, right? Try to print all the text and let me know if you face any issue. Okay. So we will not see any other topic. So that's all for today.